So dancehall music has always been known for, of course, its dances. You had the wacky dip, the willy bounce, the boga, and the list goes on and on and on and on. And on your new record, you actually take a new American dance craze and put your dancehall twist on it. Could you discuss what the dancehall dab is?
Dancehall dab is the same dab that everyone is doing. It's just that we added a few dancehall moves to it. Because if you notice a lot of records, big international records, when they do the videos, it's like a record like a Justin Bieber, or Rihanna, work. There are a lot of dance moves, from Jamaica, dance moves that were created in Jamaica in these videos. And oftentimes, the people that created these moves, they don't get enough credit, or they don't get any credit. So I saw this dab thing going on, and I said, you know what, I'm going to just flip the script. And I'm going to take your international or your, American dance move and take it to the Caribbean.
Okay. As far as the dancehall dab, is the single a part of a bigger project that you have?
Dancehall dab, I'm just putting out some singles as far as the dancehall side of Mr. Vegas this year. We have dancehall dab. We dropped a new single now, Identify My Love. I just want to put some original, authentic dancehall songs out. Songs that people can dance to. Songs that are not hip hop influenced. You see what I'm saying? Just original, authentic dancehall. Like, when you're in the club and you hear Head Zai and you hear Murder She Wrote, you want to dance. So I want to get back to there. That's why a song like Identify My Love give you that vibe.
The old school vibe that I totally miss. Because when I go to dancehall parties, I have to say the old school stuff is
old school is always the best. And if we can add, new elements to the old school, like what I said Rihanna before and what Justin Bieber is doing, because those groove are like original old school dancehall groove, and it's important for us to keep that groove.
As I said, they're timeless too.
Trust me.
Timeless songs. Now, could you also discuss your project with Pitbull, which is actually pretty significant considering the little disagreement you guys had a few years ago with the whole pull up and the pull up.
Well, you know what, everything work out. Sometimes some things happen and you can't explain. But there's always, something, at the end of the road that you might benefit from, like in this situation. Because when God is planning things, he is mysterious. So I think, Pitbull, his song that he did, Cooler, a version of Pull Up, that was his first international song. That was a song that, he got his breakthrough from. It was his first Billboard record that went 25 in the Billboard chart. And it's good to see him turn into this, major artist. So for him to come now and, return the favor, basically like, jumping on a record with Mr. Vegas when he's this big now. And not forgetting, like, me and this dude crossed path earlier in my career. So it's a good blessing, it's a good look, and I think this record is going to do very well.
Who are some other artists you like to work with that would seem unexpected to your fans? Because the Pitbull thing was kind of unexpected for me, at least.
There are a lot of artists, I think, I think I really like what Adam Levine did with Lock City. What is it, Lock City or Rock City?
I think it's Lock City.
I think it's Lock City.
That might be wrong, guys.
Yeah, so I really like what he did on that record, and that just to show you that a great hook on a record can take it so far, and that was something that I've been envisioning for years. I remember doing Hot Girl Today with Sean Paul, and I was just singing like the hook, chilla la 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 boom boom chile, and it was just so catchy, and I could see myself doing music with The Weeknd. I could see myself doing music with all these artists that have these great vocals.
What are your thoughts on LeBron now?
I think LeBron is I think he's still searching for that home, He's still searching for the people around him that is hungry as it. I think in Cleveland, I think he thought he would have built that legacy team with all those players that supposed to be great, or can be great. But I don't think they're as hungry as LeBron, and I think LeBron, he plays with the passion. He gives 100% all the time. So it's kind of when I'm on the stage, like now I'm not feeling 100, but I'm giving 100 in your interview. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's the difference between LeBron and a lot of players. Kobe Bryant is the same. He's giving 100, but I think he's still looking for that home where everyone around him is giving 100. I think he left Miami because he thought that he could return to Cleveland before the end of his prime and bring a championship to the city. I'm not sure if it's going to happen anymore.
I was thinking there's a lot of rumors are saying that he's going to go back to Miami.
It's possible, man, and people gonna hate, and then the haters gonna, get something to hate now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's so difficult for him to be who he wants to be, because now he's like worrying about, and as a human being, you gotta worry about that. People gonna hate him now. They're gonna, oh my God, they're gonna get a cross and they're gonna put in the middle of Cleveland and they're gonna crucify him.
Where do you think he stands on the all-time grades? Because when you talk to certain people, some people place him right after Michael Jordan, forgetting Kobe Bryant. Some people place him after Kobe in the top 3.
If LeBron had the support that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had, like when Kobe Bryant had Shaquille around him, and all those players that was, shooting up those 3-pointers and stuff like that. And remember, Kobe Bryant wouldn't have maybe 2 or 3 of those rings if it was not for Robert Horry. Derek Fisher with some miracle shots, with like, 0.4 seconds, to go, and maybe it wouldn't have happened without the supporting cast around Kobe Bryant. But I think Shaquille O'Neal was a dominant force, in the West, and Kobe Bryant was just fortunate to be around that force. I don't think LeBron has ever gotten that type of supporting cast, like when Jordan had Pippen and Rodman, who was just a hustler, just to get a rebound, it was just a better supporting cast.
A lot of people say though in Miami he had, Dwayne Wade, but I feel like he was more in competition with Dwayne Wade rather than playing with him.
LeBron didn't get Dwayne Wade in his prime. If LeBron had gotten Dwayne Wade or Carmelo Anthony in their prime, it would have been a different story. Trust me. He didn't get Chris Bosh in his prime. Chris Bosh, I think he's one of my favorite players. And I think Chris Bosh takes, some nights off,
You mentioned Carmelo Anthony. Do you think he's going to leave New York eventually, one day?
I think Carmelo is past his prime, man. So I don't even know if it's going to make any sense leaving New York again.
He should have left years ago.
He should have left when he was healthy. Because them knees, I can't tell you about them knees, man. Right now, just running on the street, I can't even walk when I'm done. Trust me, your knees, you can't, your body, when it gives in, you can't do nothing about it. I think his body has given in.
Alright, now in your bio it states that you played soccer as a child, correct?
Tried to.
I tried to. And it actually had, soccer actually played a part in how you actually got your artist name, Mr. Vegas. Could you retell that story?
I'm just like the worst soccer player. My cousin just thought was cussing me out. Every time I lost the ball, he was like, yo, you play like a girl, which is saying you play like a girl. So, then everyone starts saying, yeah, man, you play like the girls in Las Vegas. So basically.
And then Mr. Vegas.
And then it was just Vegas at first through my, teenage years. And then this artist that I recorded one of my first songs with, he said, oh, it needed something, and he added Mr. Vegas to it.
Alright, I have to ask this question. Now, Cool Runnings is actually one of my favorite movies as a kid. It was based off the 1988 Jamaican bobsled team, correct?
Right.
Could you recall at that time about the team and how the athletes were and how influential they were to other Jamaican athletes?
I think it was just, I think that whole miracle on ice, I'll call it, I think that's a real miracle on ice. Because no one expected, a bobsledge team from Jamaica to do so well. You know what I'm saying? So I think it inspired a lot of, Jamaicans, that we can do it again. And each time we have a good team, that original bobsledge team, comes back into our memory, and people just waiting for that moment again. We're always waiting for that moment. We're always trying to, find that team again that can, bring that vibe, back to Jamaica, because some movie was made of that vibe. Drinks were made of that vibe. It's crazy.
Is there still a Jamaica team to this day?
I think there's, yeah. I think there was a team on the last Winter Olympics, I think. Yeah.
How would you relate sports to music? More specifically, how would you relate being an athlete to being an artist?
I think being an athlete, like, when it's done, man. You can't go back and do some retro plays, I think being a musician, being an artist, you can perform as long as, you know, Cyndi Lauper and those old school artists, you know, Stevie Wonder is still performing. So it's like it's a longevity. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I was to choose between, and I actually thought about that, like what if I was to be like a Usain Bolt, you know? But then my career would be over at 30. You know what I'm saying? And what am I going to do after 30? Because you have all this money now and everything, and you can't do what you love.
You can't run forever.
Right, you can't do what you love most, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and even Terrell Owens, it's a sad reality for Terrell Owens and people like Chad Ochocinco. And I think they had a little bit left in the tank, and they didn't get the opportunity to empty the tank, you know? And that is going to plague them forever.
Okay. In regards to, since it's we're in the midst of the basketball season, NBA basketball season, what team are you specifically watching or looking out for, and players that you're looking out for?
I think Steph Curry made it really interesting this year, you know, with the Golden State Warriors, and I think they're going to break the Bulls record. I think he's in a little bit of slump right now, but you know, Thompson is shooting it up still. I think Spurs though. I think the San Antonio Spurs is going to win this year.
Well, they dominated the West for a long, long time. They're very.
No, they're a real good team this year, man. They're a really good team this year. Aldridge and Leonard and you know the pieces that they have around. I think Leonard might be one of the best players. Yo, this Mr. Vegas, I know it's all about Dunk 360. So I say I don't know, so that means I go right around. That means I go worldwide. So I say, so make sure you go out and support the music. Go on iTunes and download the Mr. Vegas tracks. You see what I'm saying? Identify My Love, Give Back a Sweet Jamaica, all them tracks. You see what I'm saying? Dance all dab. Make sure you go out and get the music. Big up on yourself. Check the videos out on YouTube. Subscribe to my Vivo, Mr. Vegas Vivo. Big up. Boom.